On this video, we're going to take a look at the surface area of a sphere. And remember, a sphere, that's just another name for a ball, right? It's not a circle, it's three-dimensional. So now it's actually a ball shape, which we call a sphere. So the surface area A of a sphere is 4 times pi and the square of the radius. Okay, so let's look at that in the little formula here. So we have SA, that's how we represent surface area. We have 4 times pi times r squared. So really, in order to find the surface area, all we need is the radius. Sometimes they'll give us radius, sometimes they'll give us diameter. Either way, we can make this work. So if we look at this one, we have the radius r of a sphere is 7.8 meters. Calculate the sphere's surface area A. Use the value 3.14 for pi and round your answer to the nearest tenth. So they tell me what the radius is right away. The radius is 7.8 meters. So I can use this formula because that's all I needed to fill in. Now, I can use pi on my calculator, but the very next thing they tell me on here is that they want me to use 3.14 for pi. So make sure you're using 3.14. That is actually already rounded. So after you're done, they want you to round again, and they want you to round to the nearest tenth. Okay? So let's go ahead and plug this in. So we have 4 times 3.14, because I'm changing that from pi to 3.14, and then 7.8 squared. So we're going to do the square first, because that's PEMDAS, right? That's our order of operations. We do exponents, and then we'll do multiplication or division. Okay, so now that we've done 7.8 times 7.8, we get 60.84. Now we're just going to simply multiply all these together. So 4 times 3.14 times 60.84. So I get 764.1504. Now they told me to round to the nearest tenth, so I'm going to look, here's my tenth. I'm going to look right past that. Since that's 5 or bigger, it's going to round that 1 up. And then make sure if your unit's not already in there, this one didn't say anything about choosing your correct unit, but if it's not already there, make sure that you choose meters squared. Since we're doing area, it needs to be a 2-dimensional measurement. All right. So the next one says the radius of a sphere is 6.5 meters. Calculate the surface area A. Use 3.14 for pi and round your answer to the nearest tenth. So again, we have radius. So we have 6.14. We have 3.14 for pi, and we're going to round to the nearest tenth again. So exactly the same process here. I'm just plugging in 6.5 this time for my new radius. So I'm going to square that first, and then I'm going to multiply everything together, right? So when I multiply all those together, I get 530.66. So I'm going to look at the tenth. Here is my first 6, that's the tenth. The number right after, that's 5 or bigger, so it's going to round the tenth up to 7. So I have 530 and 7/10 meters squared. So that is how you find the surface area of a sphere. I hope that helped, and I will see you in the next video.